Well, hello and welcome to my second video. If you saw my first one, which I know not many people did, I did say my next one will be on Eston Hills. Unfortunately, I've been very lazy and a change of plan today, and I'm here today with a very special friend who you will meet later on. So yesterday I said to my wife, I've lost my mojo in photography. She said, don't worry, you'll snap out of it, which didn't help. So I reached out to my good friend, who is known as Rick Reed. Hello, Rick.
Hello there.
How are you today?
I'm not too bad today, thank you.
Good.
I grabbed you out. And...
Rick came to my rescue. Rick said, well, why don't you come to my caravan tomorrow? Normally I would treat such a request as a bit dubious, because once you're in Rick's caravan, who knows what happens. And he said, we'll go somewhere in the car. And I thought, well, that's even worse. But anyway, I've gone to Rick's and we've reached here. We're arrived at Mount Grace Priory, just off the A19. Let's have a quick look. There we go. Oh, and Rick's just tried to hide out a shot there quick. Walk out, Rick, as if you're doing natural. Oh, hey there, Rick. Fancy seeing you here. God, who'd have thought it, eh?
Shucks.
So, yeah. Now then, I've always known Rick as Rick for quite a few years now. Until recently I discovered he's got about 10 other legal names. One of them being Dolores, but that's another story. So, anyway, like I said, on my last video I said it was going to be on the hills, but I couldn't be bothered going anywhere. So we're here today at Mount Grace Priory and see what photos we can get here. It's a nice little place, so it's just off the A19, and we'll have a look. I've only got the one camera with me today, my Sony Alpha 7 III and my 24-70 lens on a Sony Alpha mount adapter for the E-mount lens. There you go. Got my tripod today, although I don't know why, I probably won't end up use it. Normally there's three of us. Our good friend Mark Petherbridge, who used to always come with us on these trips, unfortunately died last year, and it was a shock to both of us, Rick, wasn't it?
It was a bad shock, yeah. We'd known Mark for years, and he was a really good mate to us.
Yeah. So that dented us a little bit, but here we are. He's with us in spirit. We've still got the group chat, and we're sure he's along with us, giving some instructions like, let's crap that. Never mind. So, as I mentioned on my first video, you might get some interesting facts, you might get some song, and you might even get a couple of photographs, but no tuition, because it's not a tuition channel. And with that ado, I'm going to go and try and find something to photograph. What are you going to do, Rick?
I think I might go and try to find something to photograph as well.
Well, that makes both of us trying to find something to photograph. Here we go. Catch you later. Bye. Actually, Rick has an interesting fact for you about this place. Rick,
yes.
Tell me that interesting fact you've just told me.
Oh, right. I thought you were going to do it.
Well, I can't remember it.
Right. Each of the monk had an individual cell, and he lived and he worked and slept in there, and his food was delivered through these little hatches in the wall, as you can see, and then the monk would take it out of the other side of it.
This is the other side. There you go.
Thank you, Megan.
Oh, thanks for that mail, Rick, that's very nice. Yes. Well, that was an interesting fact from Rick there. I'm now going to leave him to his own devices, because that's the best thing to do sometimes, and see what photographs I can get. Catch you later, Rick. Right. So as I said, I lost my mojo a little bit, and Rick kindly brought me out this morning. I'm here at Mount Grace Priory, just off the A19 in North Yorkshire. Not really too keen on photographing old buildings and things like that. I mean, it's hardly a Barrett's. But it's nice to be out and about, which is what it's all about for me. I'm using my camera here, I'll just show you. For my first shot of the day. Well, I've already taken some. I'm using a Sony Alpha 7 III. This lens, 24-70 Zeiss, Carl Zeiss. It's an A mount, but I'm on an adapter to suit my camera. I'm underexposed a little bit at the moment because it's a bit bright, and I can just lift the shadows up a little bit and take one of the Spire. I'm probably going to suppose it's very bright today. Wrong time of day to be photographing, really. Should be early in the morning. Early in the morning to get the sunrise or sunset, really, for the best colours, but there you go. It's not that I haven't got many jobs on. I've got quite a few interesting things coming up. Photographing the Greece dress rehearsal on Tuesday. Got a wedding coming up. Me and Rick are doing some cage fighting. We're not actually fighting, we're photographing the fighting. I mean, I have to give the fighters a chance, really, don't I? So looking forward to that. And quite a few other things in the pipeline. So yeah, I'm going to take some photographs now around here, and I will show them as I take them. Thank you. So I found this old stone fireplace here. I don't know about you, but that two bricks there look a bit modern. Here I'm coming to the garden. I'm walking along here. To be fair, I'm struggling finding things to photograph, so I might have to look for things a little different. It's a bit embarrassing doing the video because there's lots of people around and looking at me like an idiot, which, as most people know, probably right, but there you go. Anyway, so I've got a nice little shot here, I think. Down there, I've got my camera already set up. Again, I've dropped the exposure because it's very bright on the outside and dark on the inside. Dark, dark, dark. But we'll see how this goes. There's somebody coming in quick. Let's take it quick before they arrive. There we go. I'll crack on. Actually, I found a little interesting door here which is closed. I'm going to open it and see what's inside. Join me. It's an old-fashioned door. Oh, sorry, Rick. Didn't expect to find you there. Damn. That's obviously the crapper house. Right, well, I found this nice little tree in this little courtyard here, but the difficulty I'm having is trying to separate the top. It's poking over the top of the ridge tiles there, and I can't seem to get it underneath it. If I was about another 6 foot and had a taller tripod, then that would help. But I'm going to take the photograph anyway. Nice, like, well, don't know how it's going to turn out. How it's going to turn out. What's happening with this DJI now thing? It might turn out right, I don't know. I could get Rick to pose against it, but that would spoil it altogether, really. Sorry, Rick. Anyway, I'm going to take the photograph and try a few options and see what happens. So here I'm inside one of the rooms, and I'll show you around. We've got, I'm in this room here, we've got a bedroom. It's a bit dark. Fortunately there's nobody there, they're gone to work. Study room, prayer room perhaps, general room, and it's good to see even in that time they were fire conscious. Some deep stairs here. I'm going to go up these stairs and we'll take a few photographs from this area here. I think I'll make them black and white, to be honest, and then if they're any good, you will see them after this little video burst. So we decided there's no inspiration at Mount Grace Priory. Grace was very disappointing, to be honest. Didn't come up trumps, did you, Rick?
No.
So Rick has taken us somewhere else. Where are we going, Rick?
I don't know, but I know the way there.
Well, this is going to be fun. So hopefully, when we get there, I'll come back on and see what we can do there. I hope it's good. No pressure, Rick, no pressure.
I find it quite exciting.
Right, okay, well, I look forward to that. Rick found it exciting, so looking forward to that. Bye now. Right towards Teesside and the A19. Stokesley. Well, we're still in the car. I think Rick's lost, to be honest. Are you lost, Rick?
No, I'm quite confident that we're heading in the right direction, sort of.
Well, I know when Rick says he's confident, that's a bad sign. We do have Captain Cook's monument over there in the distance. I don't know if you can see it. Probably not this little thing. I don't know what the view's like on this. Oh, well, we'll go across this railway crossing and then I'll... There you go, that was exciting. Right, I'll come back. I'll come back to you when we get there. Might be back at the car park where my car is actually, I don't know. We'll soon find out. Well, it appears we are reaching our destination. There's a little windy road to the top of the hill. I haven't been here before, to be honest. I thought when I get here I'd say to Rick, oh, I've been there before, but I haven't. So this will be interesting. We're out on the moors. Just, where are we? On the way to, it was on the way to Helmsley, wasn't it?
Dead end road now at the end of it.
Well, yeah. Where did you turn off again? Oh, we've come through Battersby Junction and all places like that to get here. I'm sure there will have been a simpler route, but but when you see Rick trying to park, you'll understand why. A couple having a picnic there. Oh, nice. It is very pleasant up here, and I can't wait to get out now with it. Whoa, that's a nice view. I'm going to see if I can show you the view from the car. Oh. Are you okay, Rick? Carry on.
Carry on.
Yeah, that'll do.
There's just the trees there.
Oh, yeah, it isn't. Oh, I think there's some flowers there, so somebody must have died trying to climb them. They're only about 3 foot tall. Right, well, anyway, I'll switch off for now and we'll see when we get there. Well, we've reached our destination, and I have to say, the views from up here are cracking. A couple of people have just gone running up. We're very fortunate parking space. A couple have just gone running up there. You might just see them wandering off in the distance. We're on top of the moors, really. I'll give you a little pan. Well, I haven't really got a pan, but I'm going to say pan we can aim because it's a bit windy. I'll put the mic. I'll put this dead cat. He's not dead after all. I should imagine when the heather's in its full colour out here, it'll be absolutely glorious, which is the thing to come back to. And I think, I'm sure Rick would agree, it's probably worth coming back here on a well, I've just been discussing it, a sunrise or a sunset. Rick's not answering. I don't think he's too keen on that idea.
Yes.
Oh, now you're speaking, are you? Now you're speaking. Right, I'll get my gear out of the car. When I say gear, I don't mean crook and stuff like that. I mean my camera gear. And I'll see see what happens. Hopefully get some nice... This is a bit more inspirational, to be honest. Yeah, this is a bit more inspirational, to be honest, than the Priory. Zoom in, zoom out. It hasn't really got a zoom, it's just my arm going in and out. Yeah, so I'm going to get the camera out. It's a bit windy up here, but I'm sure we can do something. And I'll show you some photographs that I've taken. If I see something interesting, I'll show you what I'm going to take, and I'll describe what I'm doing. Okay. So this is what I like doing when I'm out and about with the camera, is actually getting down on the ground, looking for things, getting the emotional and physical connection with Earth, on the Earth that we live. I'm going to use that as my tagline: physical and emotional connection. Get down. I'm on the header. I'm conscious. I've got to be aware of adders. For those hard of hearing, I said adder, not ABBA. Voulez-vous? Haha. There you go. Anyway, so I've got my camera here. I'll turn you around so you can see. Well, I'm actually amongst the heather. Show how low I am. Look at that. Feet amongst the heather on the floor. Here's my camera set up on the slowest possible setting, and I'm pointing over to Captain Cook's Monument, which should be about there. I'll just change my setting to F11 so I can hopefully get everything nice shot. I'm ISO 100, hoping for the best quality, and just make sure I haven't got me wrong thing, hang on. Switch off my steady shot, because as we all know, if you've got your steady shot on with your camera, on a tripod, it fights with itself. It's looking for something that's not there, so that's okay. I'll put the timer on so I don't have to touch the prank camera, press the shutter, and then it'll sort itself out, and that way trying to minimise as much camera shake as possible to get the sharpest possible shot. And here we go. So a little preview. This ground isn't too bad, I suppose. Not too bad. Captain Cook's Monument. I'm shooting raw, so I can have a play around when I get back home with the computer. Is that a scratch on my screen? It is, isn't it? Oh no, it's a bit of muck. I was going to say. Right, anyway, so that's one shot in. Now look for something else. Rick's bought himself a massive lens. Not sure if it's small man syndrome, actually, when you see the size of the lens, it's bigger than him. So he's gone off looking for some bird shooting. We did manage to see some buzzards earlier. By the time I got my camera out, I missed it, but Rick managed to get them. And what we tend to do when we're out together is we tend to split up. We don't stick together. We tend to split up and do our own thing and manage to meet up, which works well for both of us. That means we're not like tired. We can do our own thing. Excuse me. And it always amazes me when you get two people going to the same place and come up with totally different shots. Anyway, this isn't a professional photography tuition channel or video. My aim's not to do that. I'll leave that to other people. But I don't know. But sometimes I watch these professional videos, and you see some of the photographs, and I think, oof, I would have been that. but there you go. Each to their own. And quite a lot of amateurs for photographs that far exceed some of these professionals. So there you go. But I'm in it for the enjoyment of getting out and about. So I'm going to wander around, take some photographs. There's some nice stones here. I mean, I'll use a quick example of one just directly opposite me. If this camera flips like it's meant to. There we go. There's one directly opposite me. Oh, actually, there's some nice trees. Flip. There's some nice trees over there. I don't know how to zoom on this. I don't know if you can or not. I'll have to learn, watch a video. I have to watch a YouTube video on how to use it. Well, here we are, down amongst the heather. Look at that. I think I'm going to do some close-ups of the heather, and I'll show them as well. So I'm going to crack on, find some photographs. If there's anything that's worth explaining what I'm doing, I'll do that. But I'll catch you later. This is littered with people, look at this. They're the last of a big gang. God dear me. Anyway, I've spotted some nice little trees here just on the way down. If I show you, I'm looking at these trees down here as well. When this flips round. I don't know if you can see them on this. They're down there. Some nice tall pine trees. There's a gate in front just down there as well. Can I be bothered walking all the way down there? I'll have to, I suppose. This is where I need to get an electric bike, so I don't have to walk back up the hills. Anyway, walking down this little bit, I've come across these nice little trees here. So I'm going to have to have a look. One there. I've got one there. Trouble is, to go from the ground to the sky. Could either look at them. Could do it like that. Or if I climb up there, I might be able to get. Actually, if I go back up there, I might be able to do something there. I'll have a think. But either way, if the photographs turn out, you will see them. Even if they're good or bad, I don't know. Because I'm not professional, so I'll share wherever I do. And then people can see my snake and say, oh, what he's done there. I'm not doing that. Anyway, see what happens. So I have walked down to the gate in the end. Looking at these trees, I'm a bit close now, and I like the way the sun. I don't know if you can see it on this camera, can you? If I do this, no, I don't know how to zoom in. But the light's just catching one tree trunk down there. So I'm going to take a photograph of it, and I might even try some in-camera movement on these trees. So if you think they're blurry, it's intentional. I don't want any complaints. Right, let's see if I can get this tree then with the orange light just hitting it there. An intimate landscape, really. It's alright sometimes looking at the big vistas. Oh, come on. Why, according to instructions, when I press this button 3 times on this little camera, it's supposed to flip around and go to me. There. Yeah, so it's alright looking at the big vistas sometimes, but I like to look at the closer things, the intimate landscapes as they call them. That thing's just like the heather. A lot of people just walk past and look at the big view, but sometimes there's a lot in just a little view. For me, I mean, down here we've got bright. Come on, turn over. No, I don't want to recenter. There. We've got some bright green trees, we've got some dark trees, we've got some red trunks there, we've got a white silver birch. It's not a big vista, but it's a nice local, it's a nice compact scene. So I'm going to take some photographs here while I'm down here, and then trudge back up the hill, see if I can find Rick. After all, we've come in his car and I need to get home. Right, so I'm going to crack on here, and hopefully you should see some nice photographs. Well, that's the end of our little trip back at the car park. Thanks to Rick. What to do? I don't know if you're on it actually. Can you see yourself on it?
No.
It's still on me. Oh, there we are. Thanks to Rick for today's little trips. Hope you enjoyed the video, and now it's time to go home. Rick's off for some gravy and chips. I don't think his wife's meant to know. He's not going straight back home yet.
Oh, don't you dare.
What? I'll send Christine the link to the video. Right, well, I hope you enjoy this video and whichever photos come from it. And hopefully you will watch the next one. Let's get my camera back out of Rick's car. My hat. My tripod. And then we'll just, and then we shall say adieu. So what's happening here? Hey, this camera. That's better there. Until the next one. Bye bye.